Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Autumn Empress and today I am making an off-the-grid home. So ever since this lot trait came out, and this lot trait has been in the game for quite some time now, I've always wanted to make a modern off-the-grid home, but every time I try to, I just fail when I get inside and do the lighting because I don't know which lights I could use, and before the patch, not every item that you could use off the grid was labelled as off the grid, and when I came to lighting, you would normally use candles, and so I was looking at candles options, and then I go into gameplay and go, oh, the lighting that I have used looks like candles are actually electrical candles, they're not natural candles. I'm like, okay, and I just got annoyed and deflated, and I just decided to make into a normal modern home and not like a cool off the grid modern home. And so yeah, I've always just failed in the past. So with the new patch update, we now have an off the grid catalogue menu section bit, which is absolutely brilliant because then now means we have all the items that we can now use off the grid all in one place in this little section in the menu, in the catalogue. And so it's just so much easier for you to see, to know which items you can use, and it's just so much easier and so much quicker to make an off-the-grid home, which is absolutely brilliant. But you may be noticing this off-the-grid home, it's not your usual looking home, is it? It's got a weird kind of diamond or plumb bob on the front of the home, and that's because a couple weeks ago I was waking up, and I'm not a morning person, so I need a little bit of help. And so in the morning I normally look up at Twitter or Instagram so my eyes have something to focus on and to stare at and just keep them open. And on Twitter, I found this very cool picture of a hive house, and I was like, oh, this looks so cool. I've never seen anything in The Sims 4 like this before. I was like, oh, it looks so cool. So this hive house is from the Sims Dream. I clicked on the link that she provided on her Twitter page, and I clicked on it just out of curiosity really, because like I said, I've never seen anything like this before. I clicked on it thinking, yep, she's most definitely used like CC or mods to create this really cool hive house. And I was watching it and I was listening to her voiceover, and I was like, wait, hang on, she's not using any CC here or any mods. She's using roofing to create this hive honeycomb look. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, she's using items that we have in the game that all of us can actually create something like this. We can do this ourselves. Wait, what? What? We can do this? Wait, what? It started to open up my eyes to see what like other things we can create in The Sims 4, because this looks so cool. I never knew we could create something like this in The Sims 4. And yeah, she was creating these honeycomb pieces out of roofing, and I've always said roofing is an integral, like a really important part of creating really cool builds. And yeah, she's created this really cool looking home with items we already have in The Sims 4, which means I too can create something cool like this. And so yeah, this started to open up my eyes to other things we can start making in The Sims 4. It was brilliant because what she makes is just absolutely insane, and I'll put her channel in the link in the description box below so you can check out what she's done, because all our builds are brilliant. And so with that new bit of information in my head, and with my eyes now opened to like what else we can do in The Sims 4, which is absolutely brilliant, I went onto Pinterest to look up like inspiration of like other things that wasn't just like an image of a house. So I started to look at like bits of furniture, which were like bookcases, fun, modern, funky looking bedside tables. I even started to look at like Rubik's Cube houses. I might do one, I don't know, because I did have a lot of fun doing the Lego brick house, and it's kind of similar kind of style but more blocky, sort of more rectangular. But then I came across a shelf, which is basically what this house has been based off and inspired by. It is, yes, a shelf. I'll put the shelf in question on screen so you can see what it looks like. It's a lovely shelf, by the way. And as you can see at the front, it's basically a black a black diamond or plumb bob. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. The diamond effect, I could perhaps make that with a roof. And then with like the shelves there, that could be like the home portion of this build. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I could actually translate this and make this in The Sims 4. Oh, that's so cool. And also the diamond at the front of this, or the plumb bob, also reminded me of a challenge that was going around Twitter like a month ago or so, where it was, can you make this plumb bob or this diamond into an actual functioning house for your Sims to live in? So that's what it also reminded me of, and I was like, oh, if I could actually make this in The Sims 4, that'd be so cool, because it will look different and it will be so weird to build a house that was based off a shelf, but okay, it would be so cool. And yeah, it took me about 2 attempts to get this right. Not because the roofing was difficult, because it turns out that I've done this roofing technique before on other builds. It was more to the fact I was kind of forgetting that I really wanted this to be like a normal functioning house for your Sims to use. Just because it's got a weird, interesting looking roof doesn't mean it can't be usable, can it? So I was trying to remember that, and on 2 occasions it wasn't usable, but that does mean I knew what I was doing with the roofing. And like I said, I've done this roofing technique before on other builds, but not like this though, because I never knew, this could be like a thing in The Sims 4, So basically what you do is you get this roof, I don't know what it's called, but you get this roof, and then you make it as small as you can possibly can. So that basically is going to be 1 tile wide. And then you're going to hold down shift as you're dragging out one of your eaves. So holding down shift will now allow you to drag out one of your eaves really, really far away, or as far as your game will allow it. And you get this kind of effect, and it looks really cool. And this roofing technique can be used for like other roofs. It doesn't have to be the like modern looking roof. You can do this with other roofs. You can do this when you're building like a suburban home and you're like, alright, get out of my way, you cheeky little roof. You should be outside, not inside. And sometimes the eaves just pop through, and you can use this technique, just hold down shift, and the eaves should just disappear. But the eaves on the other side, on the exterior, they should still be there, because holding down shift will only move one of your eaves, okay? Only one, okay? So that's what I did, and yeah, I'm just so happy with it. It's different, it's unusual looking. In saying that, I have seen other people do this, and I've all been intrigued and curious, like, oh, how'd you do that? And look, I managed to work it out and figure it out for myself. It's so cool. And so yeah, I'm really, really happy with the way it turned out. Just there with the bridge, I was trying to figure out how was my Sims going to access and enter into this house, because it's a really pretty house and I really, really like it, and I want Sims to go about their day and their lives in it, and so that means I need an access point for my Sims. So I was trying to do a bridge there, because I love building bridges in The Sims 4 because they're so easy for you to do, but they make such a good impact. But I just felt like it was a little bit too much with the bridge, with the fancy roofing and the rocks and the ponds and the cascading waterfalls and all that jazz and the living roof. I thought it was a little bit too much. So I took away the bridge, and I was like, okay, still don't have an access point for me Sims. That's a bit of a problem, because I want this to be a functioning house. So I was like, okay, So I don't know if I've done it yet. I don't think I've done it yet, but I know it. Yeah, I have. There we go. I put the stairs where I was going to have like a cascading waterfall off to the side, but like I said, I didn't have any other place to access this build, so I thought that was the best place for it. And we do have cascading waterfall in here. I do flatten out a little bit of land where the rocks are, so it kind of gets embedded into the rocks. And yeah, we have cascading waterfalls. There we go. I'll just skip forward a little bit there because when I put up this structure, I was like, oh, this is really cool, but I don't know what else to do with it. I don't know what I'm doing. So I cut forward a little bit there because I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't want to spend half my time walking around clueless whilst recording it, because then this video is going to be even longer. So, and also I was kind of waiting for the patch update to come because I was just so excited. We got ladders, we've got the free placement and movement of our windows and doors, which makes me so happy. I was more looking forward to the free placement of windows and doors than I was with the ladders. So yeah, I was basically waiting for the patch update, and that is when I decided to make this house an off-the-grid home, because I was really quite happy with the outside of this build. I was like, oh, this is quite cool, I'm quite happy with it. But I didn't know how to go about decorating the interior. So making it off the grid means, one, I'm using the new improved off the grid, and like I said, I've always wanted to make an off the grid modern home, and it felt like this could be an off the grid modern home. And two, it meant I'm now given a direction as to how to decorate this home. So making it off the grid gave me two brilliant reasons why I should do it. So that was brilliant. So you just saw me just quickly popping down the Get Famous pond. Now the reason you need that is because if you've got like an off the grid home, I believe now, I think this is a new feature, I believe now you need a water source from somewhere. So there are like other options you can get it from. So I think you can get it from like places around the world where you go for like a place where your Sims can wade in. So it's like a shallow bit of water where your Sims can wade in and get some water. The other places are from like the Get Famous pond that I just put down, and the Romantic Garden Stuff wishing well. Now I knew you can get it from like other places in the world, but as I was sort of thinking about this, doing like gameplay, if I was a person downloading this from somebody else, if somebody else made this, I would prefer to have a place for my Sims to get water from a place that I had somewhere on the lot. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to, every time I needed water, I didn't have to go somewhere in the world. I just had it there on my lot. So that's why I decided to include that, because then it's just more convenient for your Sims. Because I think the new water usage is for when they go and clean stuff, because there was at some point where my Sim didn't have water and she was like, ow, I've got a splinter in my finger now because you made me clean the loo without any water. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Another thing is when they go and clean up their dirty dishes in the sink, they need water because they get like a bad mood. They go, ew, you just made me wash up my dishes with dirty black water, how dare you? Or they, I think it's something to do with the fridge. Also, like refrigerating your items in the fridge. I think that's why also you need water. So I pop that down there just for ease of use and because you need it with an off-the-grid home. I decided to use throughout this build the Realm of Magic round windows, because I've seen so many people use these round windows in their like modern eco builds, and I was like, oh, I want to use it. I want to use those items, and so that's what I decided to do. Used a tip from someone, I can't remember who, but they said these windows look best when you flip them the other way around. So normally we would have the chunky, we have here, the chunky bit outside, but if you flip it around, we have the thin bit on the exterior and the chunky bit in the interior, because it just looks nice apparently that way. And yes, it does, it looks very nice indeed. Just doing the bathroom here. I didn't really know how to decorate this place with the wallpaper and stuff like that. So you do see me throughout this build basically decorating this without any wallpaper, because I was more worried with like the lighting situation, because like I said before, that is where I have failed in the past, is the lighting situation here. But I was like, no, I am determined. I am going to make a cool looking exterior looking house, but off the grid functioning interior. It's going to be cool, yeah. So that's what I was doing here. And the kitchen does not have a stove, because we do have stoves in the off the grid catalogue functioning area a little bit there, but the stoves that we have, they're not very nice looking, and two, they don't really have like a modern one with just like a black swatch. So I was like, okay, let's just leave the stove out, and your Sims will just be cooking off the barbecue outside, because I believe they have also given you like a new recipe for you guys to use, or for us to use when barbecuing, because now we can barbecue our frogs, poor frogs, but it's fine because they have sacrificed themselves for our Sims to eat. So we have a nice new moodlet, because I got my tester Sim here to test out the house to see if it all worked, and I got my Sim to eat some frog stew. So when she ate the frog stew, I noticed she was given like an energized moodlet, and it made her more quick. What's the word called? Oh, you caught that quickly. I can't remember, but it makes them more quick when they're doing like exercise and stuff like that. So I did notice that. So that is a new thing that we have in the game now. And yeah, you may not have a stove, but now you can have a frog stew every night and be energized and be bouncy like a frog. So I was really concerned about the lighting in this place, because like I said, that's why I failed once too many times before trying to make an off the grid home. And it was only till once I've like decorated this place when I discovered a really bright outdoor retreat lamp. Now I have to say, I think if you don't have outdoor retreat or spa day, you're gonna struggle with the lighting situation, because I used a lot of spa day and outdoor retreat lighting, and the outdoor retreat lamp that I discovered very late into the interior decoration of this is actually rather bright. And so since I already sort of like decorated it, I was like, oh okay, where do I put this very bright light? And I really want to use it because the kitchen was quite dim, it was quite dark, so that was a bit of a problem. And so I decided to chuck that outdoor lampy thingy, and pop it underneath the sink. Your sink still works with that there. I also popped it like in the bookshelf there, so it lights up a little bit more. And I'm just so happy that I managed to find that outdoor retreat lamp, which is unusually bright, because yeah, the kitchen and parts of this house were slightly a little bit too dark for my liking. Bear in mind there's practically only one window downstairs, because I don't really want too many windows at the front, because I wanted the ooh effect on the roofing, and I thought a window would just take away from that. So here I was like, okay, what do I put here? And for a very moment there was a very quick blip where I forgot, yes, computers need electricity, don't they? And I was like, okay, let's put a computer here. But then I remembered, oh yeah, this is an off the grid home, duh, you can't have a computer here. So that desk is now being rendered useless. But I was like, but I like it there, but there's no point for it to be there anymore. So I was like, it's okay, the Sims can write letters on there, but the Sims don't write letters. So we have a useless desk here. You can replace it with a chess table if you like. But yeah, we have a useless desk here, but it is a desk to light up that area, because it does have that functionality of things being put there. So that area isn't just basically lit up with the candle there. Here, you just saw me very quickly pull out sort of like mirrors and these items here, because I realised there are some objects in this game that have like a light, like glow to them, that have been inbuilt into the furniture. For example, those side tables there and the mirrors, they have like a little light glow to them. So it's like, I don't think there are in the off the grid section. I don't know, I didn't really look at that part, but I did pull them out just to see if during gameplay, if the glowiness of those objects or the lights, if they're still there. And yes, they are. So I was like, okay, I'm not too sure if they give off light, but it may do. It may make this area here brighter. And I was like, I don't care if it doesn't give any light, because I just need light anywhere. So that's what I basically used here. I used these I don't know what they're called. These what are they called? Tables, coffee tables. I put these coffee tables which I normally do, use them as shelves in the kitchen, hoping their little light strips, they may contribute to the lighting situation. And I also use these glowy spa day mirrors, again hoping it will contribute to the lighting situation we have going on. I use a lot of this. I used a lot of the spa day sort of, I don't know what they are, but it's candles on a divider. And I did, you can see I did use it as a divider down here, which is brilliant. I did scale it down upstairs in the hallway. Don't look at it too closely, because since it's scaled down, the flames and the candles, they don't match now, okay? But just don't look at it too closely, you'll be alright, because this spa day thingy that I'm using, like here, what I tried to, it's very bright, and it went with the warmthness of the candles that I was using, because as you can see here in the bathroom, I know my sim at the moment is on the loo. Don't worry, I'll just move around her. As you can see in the bathroom at the moment, I have an outdoor retreat lamp, but it's very bright white, and I felt a bit stupid for the rest of the house to be this very warmly, dimly lit thing, and the bathroom to be the only place where it was very white. So I did get rid of that and replace it for another outdoor retreat light that I have never used in the game before. To be honest with you, I don't really use outdoor retreat like furniture. I may use like some of the plants because they're quite nice, but not really the furniture. But with this, I used it a lot, because like I said, I think you're gonna struggle if you don't have outdoor retreat or spa day with the lighting situation. If you did like a base game off the grid home, I wonder how many lighting options you'll be left with. Not a lot. I'll probably have to like see that for myself. Yeah, I'm interested now. How many light options do you have if you're doing it off the grid home, if it was just a base game? I don't think you'd be left with many. It'd be sort of like a very sad looking off the grid home. But anyways, this sort of like coffee table with the flames, I don't really use that. I think I used it with my Lego build, and it's very bright. I didn't realise how bright it was. Okay, it's very brightly orange, but I don't mind. Like I said, lighting, I knew lighting would be a problem for me. It's like, so I don't mind. It's a brightly lit thing, I'm gonna have it. So in the hallway, I do put down like a yellowy colour in the hallway just to make it a little bit brighter. You can't really see it because the what's it called? The hallway is quite dimly lit compared to some other places in the house. So as you can see, since this house is like embedded or sitting on top of like a rock cliff here with Pride Rock there. We don't really have a normal looking garden going on, so the only garden outdoor space we have is the balcony. So I decided to decorate the balconies, and so we have an art easel, so you got something for your Sims to do because we don't have a computer or a telly in here, so I made sure there were like things for your Sims to do. So we have an art easel. I popped down lots of planters so that they can grow stuff. I also put down the topiary cup shapey thingy down in the lower balcony, along with the barbecue there. I don't know what it's called, topiary shapey bush thing. And yeah, I basically went for a nice grey colour scheme because grey and very warmly lit walls, they look quite nice, so that's what I did. But yeah, I did put in like a pop of yellow upstairs. Like I said, you can't really see it because it's just too warm upstairs, but yeah, that's what I decided to do, dolls. And yeah, this is pretty much the house right now. I'm just colouring in the walls because I did it back to front. Oh, I love this rug, I love this. I changed it to a yellow colour, so we have a nice pop of colour in here because at the moment it is very lightly pale wood and blacks in here, and so putting a nice pop of yellow just made it a little brighter, and it got me singing You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine. When I was placing it down, it made me happy. So yeah, this is basically the house, and I don't know what else to say about this apart from it's very pretty. I'm very happy with it. I finally made an off-the-grid home with lots of candles and lots of lighting. I managed to do it at last, and yeah. This house will be on the gallery underneath my using ID name, Autumn Embers YT, and I will leave you guys here because I don't know what else to say. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed watching. I love this version, by the way. It kind of feels like a sauna to me because of the wood, but I love it. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed watching. And hopefully you have a nice day, wherever it may contain. And hopefully I will see you, even though I can't see you, in the next video. Okay, thank you and goodbye.